And alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Minnesota, where the Timberwolves will try to protect home court. And now the opening lineup for Boston. They've got Horford. Smart is out there with Rozier. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Tatum in at the three, the small forward. Now here's Smart. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer. But they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
And Wiggins throws it down hard.
Tell you what, the team wants to see more of this from Wiggins, causing turnovers that get his team out in transition.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Free throw good, Wiggins. Well, Andrew Wiggins, the pride of Canadian basketball, he is shown to be a very durable player, Clark, in his short career. Rarely misses a game if he ever does, and plays a ton of minutes each night out.
Yeah, and Kevin, even as a rookie, Wiggins logged heavy minutes. He often played north of 40 minutes a game. But he's so important to this team because of his impact at both ends of the floor.
And at 6'4", 220, Marcus Smart with terrific strength for a combo guard, Greg.
I mean, he can just flat out bully most guards and even hold his own against the bigs. Beyond, though, that physical stature, it's his mentality that makes him special. He's a fire breather, just the type of player the Celtics look for.
Gibson shakes him. He takes it up and lays it in.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
And Baines kicks to Tatum. And the dunk by Towns.
And defensively, you've got to be on the lookout for this. I mean, Towns gets up in a hurry now.
They double him with Wiggins. Baines passes to Tatum. He dishes it to Smart. Horford kicks to Tatum. Shoots over Towns. Tatum's shot is off. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Outside Teague. Kicks it to Butler. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And Tatum pulls it down.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
The kick outside to Butler. It's deflected. Stolen by Smart. There's the dish to Tatum. And Baines kicks to Tatum. In the corner, Horford with it. Launches it. Connects from three-point range. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
So it's Boston now, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. And Horford wide open. He shoots. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, good box out. Keeps him shielded off and then draws the over-the-back call.
Discretion would have been the better part of valor there. That rebound, you just got to let go instead of picking up the foul.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Crawford comes in for Wiggins, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Teague. And then for Boston, Marcus Morris comes in for Aaron Baines, and Jaylen Brown subbed in for Tatum. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Timberwolves?
And it's been about their defense. offense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Gibson. And Bielitsa in for Butler. The Celtics also changing it up. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Smart. And it's Larkin in for Rozier. Jang with the ball. And it's Horford picking him up. 6 on the shot clock. Crawford's shot is good.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Larkin dishes to Horford. So the Celtics call timeout, their first.
And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor and really looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
Greg, in the areas you just talked about, rebounding and pace, the Timberwolves are very much where they want to be.
Yeah, the team just looks to make the most out of their possessions and try to beat you through efficiency. They have players that can get easy transition points when the opportunity presents itself, but in general, they aren't trying to speed the game up.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Brown. Horford the pass to Larkin. The feed to Morris. To the middle. Here's Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
You see right there, Towns invites contact, unafraid of it, looking for it, and he's able to score through it.
And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 5. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves? Minnesota leading by 5. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Minnesota, Jones is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Gorgie Dang. Then it's Crawford. And it's Bielitsa in the 4-man position. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jang, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And, you know, Brown really forcing the issue there on the drive, making sure that he drew contact.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
And Nemanja Bjelica, stretch big out of Serbia, is a guy who has a nice shooting stroke and can help space the floor for you because of that. When he's active on the offensive end looking for a shot, I think that's when he most helps his team.
Swiped away. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Larkin can't get it to go.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kills, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Morris into the lane. Horford. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Horford's got 7 points.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Often modern NBA players will get criticized for not being sound enough with their fundamentals. Clark, do you feel that's a fair statement?
I really don't. I think it's a bit of an overreach. You know, we all have revisionist history. Things were always better in our past than they are currently. I mean, the stories get better as we get older is one of the ways I've heard it framed. I think the players are more athletic, and because they play growing up in more structured environments, I think sometimes they don't get the same nuances and feel for the game that you would get from just playing organically. But I still think fundamentally the players are quite good, and I do think that's a bit of a reach as a sweeping statement that they're not as sound fundamentally today as they were in the past.
Tatum's shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 4. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. And those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. They set the pick to the paint, out to Morris. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. It's stolen by T. Butler gets to Wiggins. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And stolen by Jang. Teague dishes to Gibson. Wiggins outside. Jang a screen. Wiggins outside. Just 5 on the clock. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
And the Celtics gave up 4 players to get 1 in Kyrie Irving, but they already had so much depth. They could afford to sacrifice a bit for a superstar just entering his prime.
Minnesota leading by 8. 17-foot shot on the way. They get it back. Jang, the pass to Gibson. Outside Teague. Wiggins outside. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Wiggins has got 9 points.
And really for the Celtics, just a wealth of assets, but in reality, only so much playing time to go around. Sooner or later, you knew they'd make a move, and I think they got the best player in the trade.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And they're moving it up. .41 seconds left to play in the first half. Tatum kicks to Rozier. Ring shot on the way. And that one goes long. Minnesota leading by 8. Wiggins drives in. Good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Monroe's checked in for Aaron Baines. Horford comes in for Morris. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Smart. And it's Larkin in for Rozier.
A decent free throw shooter is Wiggins, trying to become more than that, though, given how often he gets himself to the line.
Over in the corner, Brown. Here's Horford. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel. And so it's Minnesota going into the break with a 10-point. The second half just about to get going here. Minnesota leading by 10. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. We've got Aaron Baines. Rozier's out there with Smart. Then there's Horford. And it's Tatum in the three slot. And Jeff Teague coming over to the Timberwolves in free agency. Greg, the team felt he was the perfect fit.
You know, and it seemed for a while the Wolves had wanted to kind of mix things up at that point guard position. And you knew they had someone in mind when they dealt both Rubio and Dunn in the offseason. Teague was their man all along.
Butler from outside. A rebound by the Celtics. And here is Tatum. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Teague for three. That one misses. And it's Boston the other way.
That's one for their first four to start the second half.
Rozier the pass to Tatum. The three-pointer no good.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Rose comes in for Teague. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Outside Rose. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's his third foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Outside Rose. Pass to Gibson. And the layup's good off the glass. Gibson's got 8 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Mark, most great defenders are at the forward positions in the league right now.
Yeah, they are, and I tell you what, boy, you talk about Klay Thompson shooting, but defensively, he is actually, he's an instructional video, what he does defensively. He's strong, he's smart, he's disciplined, and he has tremendous lateral quickness. I don't know if there's a better defender at the wing position than Klay Thompson. I know Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is in the conversation, Tony Allen, but Klay Thompson gets my #1 vote.
Outside Rose. Pass to Gibson. The shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Horford. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Towns with the ball.
The steal, then right into the fast break. Towns with excellent awareness for his age. Very mature player, despite being a young buck.
In the corner, Tatum with it. Celtics passing it around. Baines dishes to Horford. Shot clock at 3. Here's Rozier. Nice D from Rose. Timberwolves leading by 13. It's Crawford with the drive. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That one on Horford. The Timberwolves shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
Rose kicks to Crawford. Takes the 3. Drills it from outside. Crawford's got 7 points.
Where was the defense? Come on now. Where was it? No idea how they gave up that open a look.
Wiggins is checked in for Rose. 52 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. It's Brown with the drive.
A tremendous shot blocker in college, Kevin. Towns has packed that part of his game and brought it with him to the next level.
Celtics trail by 18. In the corner, it's Morris. To stop the run, passes it to Monroe. Over in the corner, Brown. Crawford with the steal. Gibson passes to Jones. Crawford right side. Horford against Gibson. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
And the basket by Rozier.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word.
And so it's minute. And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Celtics trail by 19. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague out there with Jones. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Morris against Wiggins. And stolen by Wiggins. Got a piece of it. There's the pass to Jones. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. Over Smart. And that one hits back iron.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Brown kicks to Rozier. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
And the Timberwolves call time.
You know, the last few seasons, the Timberwolves assembled a terrific young core. Now they're ready, I think, to take that next step forward, adding veterans like Butler, Teague, and Gibson. I think they're ready to win right now.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Jones.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Outside Butler. Gibson a screen. And that one's good by Butler. And the Timberwolves lead by 20. For the Wolves in their breakout season that everyone was waiting for, the pressure is felt by the team. It's just hard to pick out when a group of young players, Clark, is going to put it all together.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but that Western Conference about as stacked as it's ever been, Kevin. But you know what? I think the Wolves are primed and ready to be contenders.
And the Celtics making a change here. Baines is checked in. Morris dishes to Baines. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And just very little chance of that pass finding the target from that distance.
Tatum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Timberwolves leading by 20. Towns, the screen. Here's Teague, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
And Teague has a really economical textbook shooting form. Even when the defense is smothering him, he keeps his focus on the basket and his fundamentals. And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
On the wing, Wiggins. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. 8 feet away. A second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Hey, scoring off misses, that's easy buckets. Something Towns has the length and tenacity to do on a regular basis.
Horford in the post. Defended by Gibson. Tatum's shot is off.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Wiggins drives in. No good from Gibson. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Rozier kicks to Smart. No good on the triple.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And then for Boston. Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Horford. Jaylen Brown comes in for Smart. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Terry Rozier.
I love the complementary aspect of this group now. You know, you've got the young talent, but you've brought in some veteran leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns kind of gave the confidence to them to go out and acquire a superstar in his prime like Jimmy Butler.
Here's Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Karl Anthony Towns.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with the fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
And Greg, the core of this Timberwolves team is Wiggins and Towns. And, you know, rarely do you get to see 2 #1 overall picks team up early in their careers.
And how about back-to-back years, no less. But I consider Jimmy Butler kind of a foundational piece as well. He's in the conversation for the best shooting guard in our league.
Allen's checked in for Aaron Baines. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And I'll tell you what, guys, Jane keeps himself in peak physical condition. Low body fat percentage, and I think that's a byproduct of spending time at Louisville. Fanatic for that kind of stuff.
A steal. Left side Rose. Back to Crawford. It's stolen by Brown. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. To the left side wing. Here's Monroe. lays it up off the glass.
Man, I love how intense Monroe is in the paint. If he has the ball close to the bucket, he's thinking about scoring every time, which is how you should think when you're inside.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg.
GG Chill.
The great teams know how to close it out.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kelly.